It's been a while I've been here on YouTube. I actually got COVID. I finally got it after Norway opening up again and leaving almost all restrictions behind. And yeah, I don't know where I got it, but I think everyone at work got it, so it was just a matter of time. It hit me quite badly for a week with like fever and everything else that you have when you have the flu, and I was actually really surprised that I had fever for such a long time. And I mean, sleeping when you wake up and you're completely sweaty and then you have to change into other pajamas, and it wasn't so fun. But now I'm back, and I thought like I'd give you a little update on my weight loss journey. As you know, I have been like stalling for quite some time now, and I have been listening to losing 100 pounds with Corinne for probably over a year now. And I was thinking joining her program last year after I finished my coaching program, but I first wanted to try on my own. So now in the beginning of March, she opened her program again. She's opening only, I think, twice a year. She usually has a free challenge that everyone can join. I think there were over 15,000 people joining it. And then at the end of the challenge, they open up the program so that you can join. The program is called No BS Weight Loss and is very based on what I have learned with my coach. She is actually certified by the Life Coach School. She has a little different approach in some ways. She's very much about leveling up in small ways, changing in small ways instead of like cutting out sugar and fasting, which is a bit more on the Life Coach School side. What I really liked about her is her no BS approach, always real talk, and really calling people out on their bullshit thoughts. And the reason I joined was that I kind of like missing the community aspect. I mean, you always find groups that do, I don't know, keto or Weight Watchers or anything like that, but it is quite difficult to find people who do this kind of approach with a lot of mind work and not restricting yourself in things. And because it doesn't really have a name, it is really difficult to find other people who do the same thing. Like I have people around me who do like calorie counting or a lot of exercise or anything, but I don't really have anybody who's doing exactly the same thing, and because of that don't have like similar problems. And that was something I really thought like that would be nice to have. I also wanted to have again access to a coach that is just specific for weight loss, where I can ask a bit more of these kind of questions. And what I really like in the program, they have like an Ask Coach section and you can read other people's questions. And they also do coaching every week, several calls per week, which they then put in a private podcast that you can access on your iPhone. And it is so interesting to watch other people getting coached. And it's so interesting because from the outside, I definitely can see bullshit thoughts. There was a client on the last coaching call that actually wanted to talk about having smaller portion sizes, but it turned out to be way more about her thinking about the food. She felt like this is unfair that I cannot eat as much as my husband. I should be able to eat more. I want to eat more. And it made me realize that I have had several thoughts that I believed in the past weeks that really kept me from losing weight. One thought was, for example, that now that everyone wants to meet up again and we all go out and eat, I'm not able to lose weight because I will always have some overeats here and there, and then that keeps me away from reaching my goals. So I even thought about not meeting my friends, not going out for dinner for a few weeks so I can keep going on my weight loss journey. And this call really gave me some insights that I started believing a thought that wasn't true. Because I think at one point when I have reached my goal weight, and if I want to maintain it, I will have to be able to go out with friends without overeating. And one big question that No BS Weight Loss often has is, what can I do today to make weight loss easy? I really like the question, and I thought this is actually amazing that my friends want to meet. like in general, but also that this is the perfect opportunity to train not to overeat. Next thing I believed was, because I always make my action plans for a certain phase, like the halfway phase that I'm in at the moment, I will not be able to reach the goal that I had. Like I had a goal for next week to be already at 141 pounds, and I think I'm at still 150 at the moment. I feel like, oh, this is not gonna work, and I shouldn't do any of these action plans anymore, and I rather should see from week to week. But I still will be lower than where I started, so I still make progress, maybe not as fast as I would like to, but I still make progress. And how important it is actually to have these action plans and to learn from them. And I think I just fell in the trap of, this is not good enough, I should be way farther down the line. And I think that is just not true. I just get in my pace and I know I will be able to reach my goal weight. Then when I was looking at how my upcoming months will be, I thought like, oh, you cannot lose weight in May because I'm flying to the US, and then after that I will go to Corfu. And my thought was, well, the portion sizes in the US are so big, I will never be able to lose weight on that journey, so I shouldn't put any weight loss goal for May in there. And it's so funny because I have been now on 3 vacations since I've started my weight loss journey a year ago, and I think 2 of them I lost weight and 1 I maintained my weight. So it is definitely possible. And I could see all these kind of thoughts really kept me from working on my weight loss goals and keep pushing and working on the things that really matter to me. So I think just joining the No BS weight loss program was super helpful. What I also like is we have an accountability group with 2 Americans and 1 from Belgium, and they're all really nice and it's so fun to talk to them. And then another thing that I really like is they have a lot of courses. At the moment, everyone who's joining the program has to do the No BS weight loss course, which is kind of like the basics. The 4 basics are: eat when you're hungry, stop when you're satisfied, drink, I don't know how much water, but for me it's like 1.5 liters, and sleep 7 to 9 hours every day. And then they do a lot of like breaking your diet thinking, learning the mind management model, thoughts about a circumstance, create a feeling that makes you do or not do certain actions, and that gives you a certain result. Here in No BS weight loss program, they call it the think, feel, and do cycle. It's just a shorter version of the model, and I think it's super useful. They also have a lot of worksheets within the courses, but you can also browse for certain problems that you have. For example, when I have an overeat, I do a discovery worksheet where you look at, okay, what were you thinking? What kind of patterns have been there? What I also really enjoyed is a worksheet that is about planning eating out. Even though you don't always know exactly what's gonna be there on the menu, for example, or where you're going, you still can plan certain things. So when I was visiting my friends Renate and Anders for a Harry Potter night, I knew that we would have dinner and then we would have some kind of like chips and sweets afterwards when we're watching a movie. So I made a plan before that, what I would do and not do when I'm there. So I had planned to not have soda and just drinking water. I decided at dinner I eat as much as I need and then I stop when I'm satisfied, which meant like I ate only 1 wrap while everyone else ate more. And for a few seconds that felt very uncomfortable. I was just like, oh, I want to eat more. But I knew that there will be more chips and more cake afterwards, so it's totally fine. I can stop here. And then it's no problem. If you get over that kind of threshold, I feel like it's okay. Then I had planned that I would put the chips in a separate, smaller bowl for me. So I know, okay, I've eaten this much. And I had actually planned to have like 1 bowl of sweets. It was interesting how I went along. So I actually had 1 glass of diet soda I stopped when I was full at dinner. I had one bowl of chips and a little bit more, but probably not so much than normally. And I think I had 3 cupcakes. I would say when I went home, I didn't feel like uncomfortable in my body. I still knew that I had eaten a bit too much, but like not as much as I usually would do if I go somewhere and eat there. And that also were reflected on the scale. I could see that I hadn't gained a lot of overnight, and that's mostly because I was so much better in planning and following through my plan. And then there's still room for improvement. So tonight, for example, I will go to my friend Melina and we will watch Friends all night, where this probably is going to be kind of like the same situations. So I have already made my plan what I'm gonna do. I know we will have wok for dinner, so I think I will just eat until I'm satisfied. And then I know we probably will have chips. And I also made, because I want to try to eat something more healthier while we're watching something, so I decided I will get paprika and carrots and cut them small and then have them with a dip. It's actually a garlic dip. Nom, nom, nom. And eat that while watching and see how that goes. For me, watching TV and eating is really tricky because I actually have a very good awareness around my body. I know when I'm satisfied. I have the sigh, so I breathe in and feel like, okay, that was enough. But obviously when I'm watching TV, it is really difficult. So I think just saying not eating out of a bag of chips and rather have a bowl, you know actually how much you've eaten and also know when that was enough. Even if you didn't get the feeling from your body because you were watching TV, you still can see when that one is empty and then you know, okay, that was enough. So it gives you a little pause to realize how far you've come with your food and know, okay, now it's time to stop. And sometimes that's the only thing you need, like a little pause and then seeing, okay, that was enough. That's my plan for tonight. I will let you know tomorrow how it went. It's the next day and what can I say? It went really well yesterday. We had dinner and I ate until I was satisfied, and I had my box of chips and a Kinder Country, like a chocolate bar. Well, I got a hot chocolate because I was really cold, but otherwise it went really, really well. So I'm happy with my progress. We'll just keeping going on this weight loss journey, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and then we'll see each other next week. Bye bye.